Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Secretary Training Workshop. This workshop is designated for the secretaries. However, it is open for anyone who is interested and anyone who would like to watch this as well. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being elected as the newly secretary. I am so glad to be able to see you all joining us today. Yes, let's get on moving. So today, to start off with, we are. I'm just going to be explaining you some duties, basic duties that includes officer train duties, weekly duties, monthly duties, annual duties, and some advice that I believe would be helpful to give. I hope that everyone is ready, and I hope that it is helpful for many. So to start off with, this is supposed to be a partner workshop. However, with some technical difficulties, I will be presenting today. My name is Naomi Ma. I go to Perry Meridian High School, and I am a senior. Fun fact about me is that I actually cannot swim, and so my partner, his name is Andrew. He goes to Ginseng County. He is a junior, and he loves to golf. And we have been past members of the Key Club in our schools. So that's just some of our histories. So, as for official duties, you want to keep records of all of the important documents that you have on files and such as service hours, attendance, or meeting minutes. These are important just so that you can look back on it and so that you don't get mistaken and you can find stuff really, really easily as well. The next thing is to keep records of all meetings. This is important so that the next time around you look back, you know what you are talking about at the meeting, and so that you can have a recap of the last meeting that you had, or you can easily go back and look through some ideas that you formed with your officers or just some upcoming service events as well. The next thing is that you would like to file monthly reports. These should be sent out by your LTGs. If not, you can find them, and we will talk about it in the next slides. So these helps to keep districts board updated on numbers of service hours, members, and money rates, and like other stuff like that. Just to keep the second, I mean, excuse me, just to keep the LTGs of your district and the district board informed of what is going on in your school. And then the last thing for official duties is to keep a good records of attendance. So you would want to maybe include having everyone's name either in a piece of paper or digital copy. You would like doing this in like every meetings that you had is a great idea, just so that you know who attended, who was there, who you can go back for a summary and such. I know I use digital copy. I found it to be much more easier, and it works well for my liking. So yes, that is what I use as a secretary. And so this is just an infographic of how to take minutes. This includes, ensuring that your tools of choice is in the working order. Make sure that what works for you, what you do, how you take your minutes works well for you because you are a secretary. What works for you might not works for other people, but as long as it works for you, that is totally fine. However, keeping backups of informations is a good idea. It's never a bad idea. So if you decide to take it on paper, um, but if you have it back up on digital copy, that is a great idea just because something can go wrong with having a paper or something can go wrong with keeping it digitally. So having a paper copy or backup is a great idea. When taking minutes, knowing who everyone is a great idea as well, just so that it can flow more easily. Um, Again, just so that it's just the connection is there, the interaction is there as well. um Also, you would like to write down all motions that was made, who made them, and the results of the votes. For example, this may include what service hour you want, you or your other peers want to do. So you would like to writing down what ideas come about, who came up with these ideas, and if anyone disagree or agrees with this is a good idea. And then the next part is to type up any meetings, minutes as soon as possible after the meetings. I personally type my meeting minutes as the meeting is going on, but of course after the minute meeting um, finishes up, I try my best to clean up any of the minutes that I take, so that other people can read it as well. So that, of course, it is easy for other people as well. So as for your weekly duties, you as a secretary, attending all minutes is really important, just so that you don't miss out on other big stuff. So this may include all club meetings and officers meetings. It is highly recommended that you attend as many minutes of as many service projects as possible. As a secretary, like I said, you have to be there to know what's going on. It's a good idea to know if who attended those events and who attended those minutes, just so that it's much more easier to write down informations in the future as well. Also, along with that, you have to record minutes. As I have stated earlier, it's really important. You can have this in any forms that you would like. And again, having backup is really important as well. Having an organized system is a great idea, just because as a secretary, the work will load up, and you would not like it if all of a sudden in the middle of the semester, um, excuse me, in the middle of the semester, like something happens and the organization that you've used was not very organized at all. So having an organized system is really really helpful. I know I myself and Drew, we both use Google Sheet. We have everyone's, like, our member's name on the left side, and then like service named, day, and such like that, and who attended. um you having a good communication with your LTG is really really important as well. You don't have to always have a communication with your LTG. You can have a good communication with your other officers, such as presidents, vice president, but having a good connection and communication with your LTG is highly highly helpful, on both of the LTG's part and on your part as well. So as for monthly duties, complete the monthly report that would be sent out by your LTGs. If not, again, um, we will get onto that. This just helps to keep the district's board informed on any updated number of service hours, or number of members, or number of money that was raised. Work with your officers. I know as a secretary, it is a lot of work. I've been there. I promise you'll get through it. But communicating with your other officers and having an open communication to let them know what is going on in your life, or how they can better assist you, is a good idea. So by working with your other officers, you can better plan meetings, such as to work with slideshows, script, who will talk when, icebreakers, etc. This will better improve the planning service project, working on notes, and plan collaboration with other clubs and other schools. So continue to have a good communication with your officers. It is always recommended. So this is just some quick infographic on how to find your monthly report. You can ask, if you have any questions, you can ask your secretaries, excuse me, you can ask your LTGs as well. So your club monthly reports are due on the 30th of each month, and they are open on the 15th of each month. So it's not a really, really hard number to remember. And I know this might be like another task on top of what you already deal with as a secretary, but I promise you it is an important task as well. So please try to remember to do this as well. So you would go to ninkeyonline.org, and then you would hover over to the tab more, and then hover over once more to the tab club resources, click the tab monthly reports, and then the current month will have blue buttons, and just complete the forms and be sure to submit the form at the end. It shouldn't be that hard, I promise. And as for your newly duties, you are not going to be a secretary all year, like year after year after year. I mean, you can if you like, but if you are a senior and you have to go on, you can't be a secretary no more. I'm sorry, but so because of that, the new secretary will be there and helping assist the new secretary for the new job. For the new term is important. So you would like to, this would include going over information about what being a secretary at your club is like, that they may have not already known. Be their mentor. Don't just leave them hanging. Inform them of any tips, tricks, how you do some stuff, how, like, any hack that you may know. Just pour it all out. Like, just pour it all out. Give them all the information that you gather at being a secretary to them, so that they can have a smooth and easy term as well. Update membership directories. These are important so that in the future, if needed, the LTGs can contact you much more easily, and the communication can go much more smoothly as well. Along with that, keeping all files organized is a really, really big help. So just for the new officers as well, and as well as the new secretary, just because you know once the new term is there, if they want to look back on the old term, they have a quick access to what they want to look for, and so that it's not a big deal. Don't forget, just some advice and tips is to keep organized. Have a good organization system. So keep detailed minutes. Keep them in your notebook if you want. Have a separate folder just for key club informations and key club informations related. This will be helpful to you. So having a good organization is really important, important skill to have as a secretary. Along with that, keep records of all the information that you have backups. You can have one for yourself in the folder if you want, whatever works for you. Just make sure to keep records of all the information that you have. You never know when you might need it. And lastly, communication is really, really big deal, and a really, really big skill to have as well as a secretary. You want to communicate with your LTGs if you have any questions, your advisors, your sponsors, your co-secretary if there's any, or your other officers, your peers as well, and your members. Having a good communications will help a lot of things. So if you can have a good communication, that will be the best. And again, thank you so much. This is it. Thank you so much for coming for today's secretary training workshop. I hope that your term goes smoothly. I hope that there was no problem. So yes, thank you so much for coming today.